Hello everyone. Can you hear me? So thank you very much to joining our webinar. Okay, so just wait for 5 minutes. Let's other wait to join the this webinar. Just wait for 5 minutes. Then we will start this webinar. So welcome to our specialized webinar for our financing our study abroad dreams presented by Manya the Princeton Review. We are excited to guide you through the essential steps of securing the right loan to support your international education journey. So whether you are exploring option for funding yourself, for your tuition fees and for your living expense and for many more things. So understanding is in and outs of student loans, we are here to provide the clarity and support you need. So our expert panels, we are like will offer valuable insights and answer your questions, helping you take the next step towards achieving your global academics. And in case if you have any doubts, you can reach out to us and like you can uh, drop down a text on our Teams chat. So we have as of now Priyanka from Empower and Shivam from HDFC Kerala. So Shivam and Priyanka, can you open your like cameras?
Hey, hi, I think mine is enabled already.
Hi Priyanka, hi Shivam. So Priyanka is she's from Empower and she's having 11 plus years of work experience in a fintech, and Shivam from HDFC Credila team. So he's having 5 plus years of work experience in the same field. So over to you, Priyanka. You can start now.
Hi everyone. I hope that the session will help you to bring some awareness around how exactly lending option can help you in your journey. To start with, right, I'll just introduce myself as a brief. I am Priyanka Sharma. I work as an account manager and also take care of certain business expansions for Empower. I've been in the industry for 11 years, worked in different segments of the fintech like issuing side, acquiring side, banking side, and now lending side as well. So yeah, so here my purpose or the agenda for the whole webinar is to make you understand about the differentiations you have in the market towards lending options and also how exactly you can choose the best suited lending option you have in the very initial phase of your journey, right? Via certain financial planning, market analysis, and also your goal analysis. Yeah. Shivam, would you want to take up for your introduction?
Yeah, for sure, Priyanka. Thank you. Hi everyone. My name is Shivam Bhardwaj. I'm marketing manager North India for HDFC Credila. So glad to be a part of this webinar, help you all understand that, what are the various aspects of education and again, funding that education. I have been in this industry for not a very long time, but I have an overall marketing experience of more than 5 years. So I am very much glad to be a part of this, would be surely helping you understand how HDFC Credila can be a part of your success journey, how we can offer you various benefits out there. Also, what are the, you might be having certain very basic queries, would like to help you understand that is. Thank you for inviting us here.
Thank you so much. So Priyanka, now we start from the Empower. So Priyanka, like you can explain your products and your offers to the students, to our students who are enrolled with Manya. Or so it's over to you now.
All right. If you just don't mind, Nishant, help me presenting the slides which we have.
Sure, sure. I'm just sharing my screen. So please do let me know if you're not able to see my screen. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like it's visible now.
Uh, I don't see it yet. Yes, I can see it.
Okay.
All right. So, to give you a very brief introduction that, what an hour is. So we are basically a lending option which you have here in India. We are a US-based lender. We are a no collateral, no cosigner lender, fall into a simple interest category of your repayment structure. So how exactly, just if we can move forward a slide. Yeah, so if I'll tell you that who exactly we are and from where have we started. So we are basically a public benefit organization listed in the US. So you would find a lot of providings which we have at the moment are the kind of benefits which a student should get when they are going to the journey. Because we've been started by two students, right, who went US for the studies. So they had faced, right, problems by themselves, and that is how they designed a product called Empower. And every step, every product enhancement which we do, we keep in mind that if in case someone is going to US or maybe going abroad, what could be the most easiest and then what is the most required providings they would need and how exactly we can build as their partner. So we totally believe, and we have a strong understanding, right? The belief system itself work in a way that we believe that everyone who ever want to study should study, and financial barriers should not be something which stops them. And yeah, that is how we want to put ourselves. Move forward, Nishant, for a slide.
Just give me a minute.
So, we are basically having our headquarters in Washington, D.C. We are listed with 400 plus institutions in US and Canada. If you could see, right, all top universities which are there, right, we are almost listed with everyone. We help you provide loan services from all kind of nationalities going to all these schools. Move forward. Nishant. Yes. So here, right, if I would have to tell you that why should you trust us, then these are the global players, right? Quite, I would say, strong players in the world towards financing, including Goldman Sachs, Deutsche Bank, Bank of Lake Mills, Village, Capital, King Street, right? These kind of investors have put their trust in us, and we were certified as B Corporation in 2023. Move forward. So till now, if I will give you a snapshot, right, to build more trust, right, for ourselves, then I would say that, we have approved around 1 billion loan already till date across the world. We had covered 200 plus nationalities. The loan application which we have typically processed during the tenure is 14 plus billion. We work with 400 plus universities, right? The universities which we fund are basically from US and Canada. The kind of strong, I would say, moral compass which we use towards our journey is somewhere also been recognized, right, by the global players who usually list the international loans. So we are there, been awarded by US News. We are also been recognized by Nerd Wallet. So these are, very few awards which we wanted to display, but then yeah, there are a lot, right, which we keep winning every year. Move forward. This is, I would say, a snapshot, right, which I won't want to explain much, but yes, you can actually look at it that how exactly, our students who have actually taken a loan from us has actually made different points and how exactly we have helped them. So few of them say that we help them in their professional journey. Few of them say that, that they were looking at that they can't really afford us, but the kind of servicing team and the kind of services which we have made them, quite clear about how exactly we can fund their dream and how economically they can, actually get from us in case this is well financially planned. Move forward. So we totally believe that, people can be global, but the credit, right, which you are actually taking should be local. Now, how a local credit would work is one, you get a lot of benefits, right? If you are going to a particular country and being lended there, so it has a lot of benefits in itself. It gives you a lot of liberty while repayments. It gives you a lot of liberty while being your financial records on track. It gives you a lot of benefit considering you are a contributor, right, to the economy of that particular country. Hence, you enjoy a lot of benefits in that case. We are a no collateral, no co-signer a loan, which I already said, right? But still, without having any collateral and co-signer, we still fund you, right, in a country where you are actually going for your studies, which is US, where you do not have any track. So you understand there is the risk model which we have is quite smart. Move forward. Now, how exactly a no collateral, no co-signer loan is being assessed. So this is being assessed on the future potential of students' earning. We usually, assess students' profile. The profile would have different aspects. Just to give you example, the kind of scores, right? You might have, received the kind of universities you are going for, the kind of admits you have received, if in case you have some relevant experience, or in case you have, certain other parameters which are strengthening your own profile, right? And we make sure that loan become affordable to you in a way, right, which is a 10-year program for us where you can actually afford. And everything, whatever you pay, has to be very clear in your contract. So whatever interest, whatever we actually, take from you, in terms of fee and in terms of service charges, are being given to your contract at the very first day. And post that, you are not being actually, assist in any of such way. uh, so now moving forward, if you please share that, how exactly students find that, the interest rate and the competitive, landscape which we have at the moment could help them, right? How exactly makes sense to their professional journey, because I understand, right? If I would sit at your position here, we would have a lot of questions that which loan to go for. If not going for a particular loan, then why not? What is the right kind of questions which you should have in your mind when you're actually deciding for the kind of lender? Because lender in your education system would be a part of your journey which will stick for the longest, right? You are going to take loan for your studies now, your studies will complete, but we'll still stick right with you till the time you are a mature professional. So that is, right, one of the questions which you should ask, right? It shouldn't have very limited parameters like interest rates or something like that. You should also stick at that what is the benefit in a longer run, right, you are going to have from a lending partner. So one is we are a fixed interest loan. We do not float. When you work into a category where you cannot float, where you cannot change your interest rates, it means that whatever fixed interest amount you have received in your contract is going to be the same. You can put that particular, amount in your financial journey, and you are very clear that okay, this is the amount I'm going to pay to my lender, and this is how I'm going to manage. It doesn't come with any surprises in between. It is a 10-year term interest loan, and at max, right, you are only going to get funded, right, 100K of maximum loan for the overall term. For 1 year, it would be limited to 50K. and this covers your tuition fee, your housing, your meals, your school expenses, everything. Now, how does that help you, right? Is one, you are able to take only the amount, right? You don't really, overburden yourself in the initial phase of your journey, because I understand, right? We are not that much aware at the moment financially that we understand the kind of risk you take in terms of taking loan at the very initial phase of your journey. There is no prepayment penalty. For an example, if you go abroad and you've taken loan from us, and here you would say that, Priyanka, we are getting a very cheaper loan maybe from the other partners, and we have banks as well, right? I am going to, be here. My parents are going to be here. I trust them more, and I don't know, right, who Empower is. Then I would, like to ask you, or I would want to put my POV in a way that, okay, in case you are going to US, how many times are you going to actually meet your lender, right? And if in case you are going to meet, then where would you meet? Obviously, you're going in US for studies. It is the same place, right? Where exactly your lender should also belong, so that you can have that kind of physical or maybe a mental interaction. Then you also have to think that if in case you are going abroad, you are going anyways out of your country. It means that whatever credit history you are going to build should be built in a country you are actually going, because you are repaying for a very longer time, right? The repayment structure goes for a very long time. So there shouldn't be any forex charges, any additional charges. Plus, you would not be able to keep a track, right, when you're not in that country, that what all charges are being kept, right, at your loan profile. So this gives a lot of clarity, because this contract is preset. We cannot add as lender anything else. You are building a credit score in US, so you would find that a lot of times your credit score, which is called a FICO score, like here in India we call it CIBIL, in US we call it FICO, that is being built in the US, which give you a lot of advantage, like you can rent a lot of things around in US. You can also take very cheaper options from the local lenders. You can get the loan refinanced, and there is no repayment penalty. Hence, you don't actually pay anything to us as lenders. You actually take advantage from us after building your profile. And there are a lot of jobs into the fintech sector as well in US, which needs the internships, which need your FICO score to be built, which in case you are taking a loan from maybe a local lender here in India, you might not be eligible, because there is no credit, track record you have in US. But now you would have, because you have taken the lending option from the local country where you are going to study. Now, this is very easy repayment terms as well, right? When I say repayment, once you complete your studies, right, 6 months of moratorium being given to you, and you start paying your principal with interest. But in this, scenario, we understand that in case you are going for such kind of structure, and if the kind of interest, right, which you pay on the bigger amount will keep doubling. Hence, you start paying interest with us after first disbursement itself, which will reduce your burden at the end of your term, and you pay less than what you actually paying, right, to the other lenders in the market. This is very simple, right? It is a one time or one simple interest which is being incurred to you. There is no surprise charges, nothing else apart from the interest which you have to pay. So there is, spread actually is nothing, remains zero. We also cover 180 days past. For an example, in case you have taken some short-term loan, or you have very difficultly managed an amount, right, to book your seats, your admission fee. So even that is something which you can get, right, for a refund from us, right, while applying for the loan. We also cover this. Nishant, if we can move forward.
Sure.
So now when I say that, what other advantages do come along with this, because I totally understand it is not the only thing, right, in terms of lending what you're looking at. You are also looking at the other options. Now, when it comes to support letter. So the general percentage which we have seen for support letter is 1% here in India. But with US Empower loans, right, you would find it without any cost. So the support letters are for free what we provide you. There is a direct disbursement happening to university. It means that you don't really come into the hassle that you have to pay, you miss the deadline, or maybe the amount is less high, you have spent it somewhere else because you have not planned. So now you have a shortage in your tuition fee, and that is creating a trouble. So to remove all that hassle and to help you, we provide the direct disbursement only in the bank's account, where you do not have to go with any additional charges again. So there's no currency conversion fee, no forex fee, no other charges apart from the tuition fee, because we are a US lender. We are just paying in the same currency to the other college. We also help you build your FICO score. The importance of FICO score is very, very huge. If you have your friends, I would say, the time might not allow me at the moment, but I would really want you to actually consider it very seriously. You can just read articles about it right before you decide that how exactly FICO is going to make difference in your life if you are there in US. We also help you finding the right kind of job, right? We have a very descriptive and enhanced job and internship support program, which is a unique feature of ours. There is no lender, right, which is providing this feature at the moment in the market, right? It is only us who support you throughout your journey to till the time you don't get the right kind of a job. I'm not saying I'm assuring you the job, but I will support you to the right kind of job. Right now, you also get tax rebate because you have taken a loan in US. You start internships working there, right? You understand, right? US taxes are quite famous for being very heavy at the pockets of people who are not from the particular country. So there you get an advantage. You get a rebate because your lender is local. So you even take that kind of advantage and save your costs there. So if someone is working right now and looking to studies in abroad, you guys understand the kind of taxes we pay to our I would say employer itself. कितना टैक्स देते हैं हम पहले बैंक को देते हैं, फिर हम उसके बाद में employer को देते हैं, फिर हम government को देते हैं. So we are at a situation, right, of multiple layers of tax, and if in US we are taking an advantage and getting it right to save some amount, why not? And that amount is huge. Move forward. So now I will, be very quick here, right? How exactly do we help you? One, I will just, tell you about steps is like, for an example, the very first step when you accept, right, and you have received an admission from a college. So at that point of time, we provide you a free, right, support letter, which I said, right? There is no charge for this. We also prepare you for your visa preparations, right? We have mock tests. We have a lot of, I would say proprietary content guide, which we provide you to get your F1 visa. You understand the kind of, rejections are happening these years in US, right, for visa, and the kind of support, if I'll tell you the percentage, our percentage is higher than the overall India percentage of getting the visa selection. So yeah, we really have the right kind of content to actually support you. We also have exclusive offers, right, of customized visa interview in case you want to go for mock, right, visa sessions before, like we do mocks, and that helps us during interviews. That mock is also being provided, right, at very minimal prices with us. But now, once you have accepted, now you're enrolled. Now you are in US, right? Then how, as a lender, I'll help you. I have, my partner. So there, I will give you pre-qualified credit card and bank account. Now, this is a very huge task for any, I would say, outside or abroad student going to US to get a credit card and get a bank account because you have no history there. And here, as a lender, partner of you, we help you. We give you, right, that pre-qualified before you enter there. So your majority of headache is solved, right? We also built your FICO score. So, after 1 year, you are actually eligible for everything in US, which maybe, people from India with the Indian lenders might not be available considering, right? They are based out of India. So the benefits or the rebates you'll get will still be local. You'll have to come back from US to India to get all those benefits. So how exactly, right? After graduation, we'll help you. We support you, right, with all kind of tools which will help you to get right kind of internship, right kind of job. We also, help you with certain cohort-based job trainings, right? Internship trainings. We customize your resume, right? We also give you a lot of content to accelerate, right, your career. Apart from this, we also give you discounted rates of SIM cards, textbook, airfare travel, right? We give you a lot of content via email, right? Via guidance, via insider tips, right? To your insider tool which you have with us to actually make sure that you are getting the right kind of job. If you're taking money from us, then you better pay us back because we are going to help you to get the right kind of a job. So, right, this is a very, very brief overview brief Part to Success program. In case you have more questions around it, please feel free, asking Nishant. He's very well aware that, how exactly do we support there.
Sure.
Or in case you want to get in touch with us, we also have that. So interest part, just move forward, Nishant. Our interest rate starts from 12.99, where in case you are enabling auto pay, then you get 0.25 per percentage of discount. So the effective rates which we have at the moment is 12.74. Right, we also add 5% of origination fee, but it is not going from your pocket. We are actually adding to the loan account itself, so you don't have that burden at the very initial phase, because we understand this phase is still difficult for you. You are still getting job, you are taking loan from us, so we don't ask you to pay anything upfront, no PF, nothing. So the APR, now this is very important. You guys should ask into your financial planning to your lender, what is your APR, what is your annual percentage of interest rate for last 3 to 4 years. Because in case this is lower, it means that there are no additional or hidden charges which you are paying. And what is that percentage will only tell you that exactly, right, where exactly your lender does stand. This is very important, right? And everything is available online. Please recheck, right, whenever someone is claiming you that, my APR is this, but maybe the real fact is something else. So please ask the documentation around it. Our APR at the moment is 13.72, which is being listed right at our website as well. Please move forward. Now, this is about the application process, right? You start your application. In the very first step, you get to understand you are eligible or not while filling your college details and very basic information. You fill your basic information, you fill your school information, financial information, right? Which will actually tell you how much amount do you need, right? Your ID get verified, and just you get, right, your conditional offer within 30 minutes. Once your conditional offer is there in place, you upload your documents, and within 3 to 5 days, your application is approved. In case you are getting, stuck somewhere, or maybe, your algorithm is being set in a way that, we need some additional documents, we will always be in touch. And also your partners like Manya, Nishant is very, very, I would say, experienced in this matter, will help you to
Okay.
make sure that your application, really goes through, and you should get the right kind of financial help. The documentation which we need is very simple. We just need your resume, we need your ID proof, we need your admit, and your passport. Very simple. Nothing else is required. Or if there is anything required, right? Maybe you have some debts, maybe, in your risk plan, we are not able to find the right kind of financial sense. We might ask you in case you have some additional document that will keep you posted, right, during the journey. Move forward. You can just go to the last slide. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So this is all about the reward, how talent does work. I will not take much time here. We have scholarships options as well. Please explore our website to see what kind of scholarship does help you.
Thank you so much, Priyanka.
Sorry,
Thank
I've
you
taken
very
a
much.
little more time.
Sure.
I hope that
Sure.
this might be a help to you all.
Sure, sure, sure. No issues. Thank you so much. So, Shivam, it's over to you now. So, it's over to you now. You can explain about HDFC Credila, how you work, what are the advantages if you are going student if going with Manya and through HDFC Credila. So, what are the advantages? So, it's over to you.
Sure, Nishant, thank you. Just give me a moment, please.
Sure, sure.
Is my screen visible to you guys? Just
Yes, Shivam. Yes.
great, great, great. So, first of all, again, welcome all. So, I would not tell you that, what exactly you should do about your journey, but yes, how HDFC Credila can be a part of it, that is very much interesting to know for you guys. So, like, what is HDFC Credila? So, HDFC Credila is a HDFC Limited company. First of all, let us understand how our journey started. So, our journey started back in 2006 when, education lending was not very much prominent in India. And we were founded by Bora brothers back in 2006, and Credila Financial Services was founded. And then, it went on when we received our NBFC license in 2007. Then DSP Merrill Lynch invested. Then going on in 2017, we became HDFC Credila. Post that, we became a public limited company in 2020, and in 2022 we hit a significant benchmark of serving more than 100,000 customers in India, and our loan book passed for to $1.5 billion. So that was a very big achievement. And currently we are growing, we are expanding. As of uh, financial year 23 ended, we had disbursed around 1 billion US dollars for students across the globe. So this is HDFC Credila journey. Now moving forward, what we have done, what HDFC Credila has done for the students. So we have funded more than 1 lakh 78 1 lakh 78,000 plus students, Indian students across the world in across 63 countries, over 4,600 plus institutes and 3,300 plus courses. So this is the penetration SGFC Credila has around the globe. We have funded so many students, help them ease their financial goals for their education. So now let us understand that Indian students opting for higher studies, how it has changed. So if we see 4 years back in 2021, so if I talk about, so there were somewhat around 1,25,000 students uh, which have gone around, but in 23 financial year 23 it has exponentially increased to 2,78,100,000 students. And in last financial year, which was financial year 23, more than 7.5 lakh Indian student visas have been processed across countries. So this is a very big number. And since it's a very big number, since 2017, more than 30 lakh students have gone abroad for this education. So as we see that more and more students just like you are going for their studies abroad, which is a very good to see, and obviously SGFC Credila wants to help them all. Now everybody wants to go abroad, but one major thing which comes as a challenge, or I would say plays a very significant role, is how to fund your education. Because if I talk about global education, cost of education is going higher and higher day by day. As we can see, by 2023 it will uh, increase significantly. As we can see, as of 2020, if we see that cost for engineering courses is somewhere around 9.7 lakh rupees, then for MBA courses 25.8 lakh rupees a year. So, and this is rising exponentially, and we are seeing a day by day increase in cost of education. So many changes have come across in the industry. So now, what to do? How to manage all this? Not everyone has that backing from the parents. Not everyone is having that great of a background. So now, how to do it? So now there are three options, to finance your higher education. One is self-financing. So self-financing plays where you might be having certain uh, savings, certain money from all your parents have saved since they've been working. So this will if you fund this way, it will drain your funding. I would say savings. So now again, this makes a challenge for any rainy days. If you require that fund, how would you do it? So now the second thing is scholarship. Now scholarship is something which is not available for everyone. It is available for only a few students who are on first come first serve basis. Now, third and the most wise option which comes is education loan. Why? Because first of all, it does not drains your savings. Secondly, it has easier repayment options. It has a higher tenure option. So this is easier on your parents and you. Now let's talk about how education loan is better over self financing. So, first of all, it helps you do smart financial planning, wherein you can plan your finances once you start your education. At that point of time, you are not earning. So, what to do at that point of time? You would not be able to pay. So, we at SGS Credila give you various benefits such as moratorium period, which is also called a grace period, and till the period you are studying and plus 1 year as well, so that you have a certain foundation before you start paying back. Then obviously education loan helps you preserve your savings. Then attractive tax benefits. So everyone knows, even basically the tax, which is, we recently have received our budget also from the Indian government. So the tax is one of the pain points for every earning person or even the taxpayer. So at HDFC Credila, when you take a loan, education loan from us, we provide you tax benefits, unlimited tax benefits under Section 80E on the interest part of the loan. So basically, whatever interest you are going to pay for your education loan can be returned when you file an ITR under Section 80. Then TCS benefits. So whenever you pay the fees. So obviously at HDFC Credila, you do not have to pay the fees. We only pay your fees to the college. But when you remit a fee from here to any foreign country, let's say US or any other country, you have to pay a tax, which is a tax collected when you pay the amount. But when your education is funded through an education loan, so your tax which you have to pay is reduced. So normally you have to pay a 5% tax. But when you take an education loan, it is reduced to only 0.5%. So again, this is a very significant benefit which SGFC Credila provides to its students. Then repayment period. So it is again a very important decision or important thing to know that how much time you get to repay your loan. Because when you are going for a course, when you're going for your studies abroad, you need to have everything planned out beforehand. So at SGFC Credila, we provide you up to 14 years of repayment period. So it's a very long tenure, so it helps you easily pay back your loan. Then also, why education loan over self-financing, right? It also induces a sense of responsibility in you guys. Because when you know that there is a loan, you are more sincere towards your studies, you are more sincere towards your life. So again, that is why education loan is a better option over self-financing. Now, if we talk about what is Section 80E, it's 100% interest paid on the education loan that can be claimed as a deduction. This is the tax collected again. So tax collected under Income Tax Act 1961, when you pay a amount more than 7 lakh rupees, there is a 5% remittance tax you have to pay. However, in education loan, this can be availed under Section 80 and it can be reduced to 0.5%. So the effective TCS is reduced by 4.5%. Now, what are the HDFC Credila advantages? Why you should select HDFC Credila to over any other lender or any other lending partners out there. First of all, we have the pedigree of more than 15 years of lending to students across different countries. Like I told you, there are unlimited tax benefits, lower TCS. Now, one more thing which is more important when you go for an education loan, what exactly is covered in the loan? Normally you see that people ask that only tuition fees will be paid or XY this you have to pay a margin amount. But no, at HDFC Credila, we provide you 100% financing. So it includes your tuition fees, your living expenses, any ancillary cost, such as your travel, you want to buy a gadget, you want to buy a laptop for your studies, you would be having any library expenses, everything can be covered in your uh, education loan. Then what is the amount of loan? So there are two types of education loan at HDFC Credila. One is this unsecured loan and then a secured loan. So for a undergraduate course, HDFC Credila provides secured loans and unsecured loans on case-to-case basis. But if I talk about a postgraduate program, when you go for a postgraduate program, we provide up to 75 lakhs of unsecured loan. So again, it gives you an easier option of funding when you do not have anything to put as a collateral, right? So this is again a good thing for you. Then we have a co-borrower flexibility. Now it can be a case where your parents are living in a different city and you are living in a different city, you're working in a different city. So we do not want you to be in the same city, or we do not want you to, be physically present at our office. to take a loan. We work digitally and we have a multi-city co-borrower flexibility. Then I informed you about flexible repayment option up to 14 years, competitive interest rates. So our interest rates are very much, easier, competitive, and good. So for a secured loan, it starts from 10.25 and goes up to somewhere around 11.5, 11.75. If I talk about unsecured interest rate, so unsecured interest rate for HDFC Credit is somewhere between 12% to 12.75% with the maximum capping of 12.75%. And it's a completely digital journey. Education loans are home delivered basically by SDFC Credila, just like your food from Zomato. So now, what is the right time to apply? Let's think, when we should go for a loan. So normally, what happens is that most of the lenders out there will ask for a basically educate your offer letter. It can be an I-20 in case of the US. So normally this happens, and when you get an I-20, you have a limited time to pay the fees, right? So now in this case, what to do? So SDFC Credila has an option where even before you have an I-20 or an admit letter, you can get an early evaluation done for your education loan, and then show proof of funds which can boost your chance to help in visa processes basically. So this is one of the most significant benefits at HDFC Credila. You can get even before your I-20, you can get an education loan approved basically. Now, eligibility criteria. Now, this is the major question you most of you might have, that what is the eligibility criteria? So, eligibility criteria is very simple. That you need to have academics, decent academics. Your parents should have a decent income. And now, what about income? So, there is no benchmark on income. That is the capping where we will be giving loan. So, we obviously check your eligibility. What is your eligibility? What is the country you are going? For let's suppose US. So obviously we provide education loan to you, not your parents. So we are banking on your future income. So that is why we have very easy eligibility criteria. And there's a three-step process for education loan. Connect with us, connect with our team, submit your documents, get a loan sanction, and avail disbursal of the loan. So this is a very simple loan process which is there. Then what determines your eligibility, right? So there are three things. Your academic profile, the better your academic profile is, the better are your chances to get a good loan basically. Eligibility loan, obviously you can have if you have a decent, the better you have, the better interest rates you get, the better amount of loan you get. Now parents profile, so we need at least one co-borrower. So it can be either of your parents or your immediate family members can be a part of the loan as well. So evaluation is done on their income and all. Then collateral. So if you're taking a secured loan, so why you should take a secured loan, or why you need to take a secured loan? So secured loan, first of all, it reduces your interest rate significantly, right? Obviously it ensures that the education loan does not burden you for a longer period of time. Collateral can be of any kind. It should not be a agricultural land. It can be a registered commercial property or a residential property. It can also be a fixed deposit. So these are the few factors which determine your loan eligibility. What are the document required? So document are very simple. KYC documents for you, uh, KYC document for the co-borrower, income document of the co-borrower, your academic documents, and collateral documents if in. So this all from my end. Any questions you guys have, would like to help you out with that? Yeah, Nishant, over to you now.
Thank you so much, Shivam. So, Shivam and Priyanka, thank you so very much for your explaining your services and your products and everything. And like, I have some questions from my students, from our students who enroll with Manya, and from my personal experience. So, most of the time, we are getting the question like, sir, like, I'm going a
Nishant,
yes,
Nishant, sorry to interrupt you.
yes,
One
yes.
more thing, guys, whosoever is participating in this particular webinar hosted by Manya Education. So we have an offer for all of you, whoever takes a loan, whoever registers through this webinar. So we are offering a offer of 0.8% this processing fees on all the loans for all the students who register for an education loan through HDFC Credila through this webinar. So this is an exclusive offer for all the students present here. Yeah. Oh, sorry to
Thank you
interrupt you.
very
Over
much.
to you.
No problem, no problem. So yeah, so my question is like, if student is planning for a USA and he is having a good CIBIL scores and good source of income, but they have a problem with their parents' income. Let's suppose their father income is 30K, but he's a CIBIL issue with 520. So is he eligible for the education loan? Shivam, it's over to you now. So like, can you answer this question? Like, is he eligible for that? Also, students, you can ask your questions over a chat. You can write down your queries, so we can help you in a question as well, like to give you the best answers. And also, I'm like dropping my email ID and my contact number in case if you want to connect with me, so you can directly connect with me as well. So I'm just giving my email ID and my number on the chat as well. And please share your questions over the chat, like if you have any doubts regarding your education loan, your profile, so we will help you for sure. So Priyanka, one of the students is asking, like, are African students for undergrad or bachelor degree seeking students also eligible for this education loan?
So we provide the loan process for last 2 years of your, overall program. For an example, if you are into an undergrad category, then last 2 years of your undergrad, right, could be funded by, Empower. In case for masters, right, all the master students can get it because we only fund the last 2 years of your study program.
Okay, okay, thank you. So, Amruta, like, in how many days we get the loan? So, Amruta, it's take 10 to 15 working days once you share your documents with us. So, hardly it will take 10 to 15 working days. But yes, we can push the lenders from our side. So, within a 1 week, you will
So
get your sanction letter.
Nishant, one more thing. Now, obviously 10 to 15 days is a longer period of time, right? So we have
Right.
reduced this time. We can get you a sanction in basically 5 to 7 days once you submit all the documents with us.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Shivam. So, Priyanka, one more
And
question is for
with
you.
Empower,
Yes, yes.
it's 3 days, right? With Empower, 30 minutes you get, right, for the conditional offer. And we take standard 3 days. Basically, if in every case, your documents and everything isn't fine, and we need very less anyways in that case, within 3 days you get your sanction in your email box.
Sure. So, Priyanka, we have two questions for you. So, the first question is from Jineet. How things work with Empower for Canada students visa? Do I have to pay interest while studying?
See, interest is one part, right, which we ask you to pay, right? When you just, start taking your first disbursement. So whenever the first disbursement is happening, you start paying your only interest amount on the disbursed amount. It is not on the overall loan. And this is very important that you start paying because otherwise, right, if I'll keep piling up all this interest, right, you would actually end up paying a lot which you should be, paying with Empower. So this is one of the cause. But in case, right, there's something really, which is very critical, or maybe, you get stuck at certain situation where you're not able to pay. So we have a dedicated service team which will take your concern case by case. We can't commit anything because our process doesn't, been built for no interest during the process.
Thank you, Priyanka. Shivam, there is a one student who is asking, like HDFC is providing a loan for MBBS in Georgia.
Yeah, sure. So we provide MBBS loans across the globe, basically. It's not that we are not providing. Yes, you can obviously connect with us and then we can take things, we can understand what your profile is. Yes, we provide education.
And what about Russia? Like, we are
Yeah,
getting question
Russia,
for the
Georgia,
Russia.
MBBS can be provided, and MBBS considered as an undergraduate program. So yes, it can be done.
Okay, thank you so much, Shivam. So Yeah, there is a one more question for you, Shivam. How is this disbursement process for HDFC Credila?
So disbursement process is very simple. Once you get your sanction and once it comes that you want to pay the fees, you let us know. We pay the fees on your behalf directly to the university slash college, and obviously your living expenses is paid to you in your account, which you can utilize once you fly.
Okay. So there is a one question, Khanna Gaurav. So what is the interest rate from HDFC Bank, and it is also fixed or floating?
Yeah, sure. So SGFC Credila offers two kinds of loans. One is secured, one is unsecured. So for a secured loan, our interest rate starts from 10.25%. For an unsecured loan, it starts from 12% and goes up to 12.75%. So it's the highest capping. Yes, our loans have a floating interest rate, which is linked to again the repo rate of the RBI.
Okay. Thank you. So Priyanka, there is a one question for you from Jineet. Any office of Empower in Gujarat or in India? This is a question for you.
So we are 100% digital, loan provider. So we do have our offices in India. It's in Bangalore, and in US we have in Washington DC. But then I think you don't have to really worry because our partners are very local and we are quite well connected with the partners. So in case you want to apply, please come via Nishant and he would be happy to help, I think, and connect you with us as soon as possible.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Priyanka. So, Shivam and Priyanka, like I have raised a one question, like which is I'm facing from last like 2 or 3 months. Like in case, as I told you, like students planning for USA, but he's having a good civil score, but his father have a civil issue like somewhere on 530 or 536, and he's earning somewhere on 30,000 rupees per month. So, is he eligible for the education loan for the unsecured or for the collateral loan?
So, yeah, Priyanka, would you like to answer this or should?
So we are a no collateral, no co-signer loan. We don't really,
Yeah.
have concern about your father and the civil interest. Yours is more than
So
good enough for us.
yeah. So
Thank
now
you.
at HDFC Credila, yes, obviously we would require, a co-borrower. So now if, the student already knows that their father's CIBIL is on a lower end, right? And what is the reason? So we do not outrightly reject the loan. We first of all understand why the CIBIL is low. Is there any explanation? If it is explainable, obviously we take that explanation, and if it is obviously genuine, we overlook it and we try to add more co-borrowers to the loan so that the profile becomes stronger. So to fight this civil issue, the best option is that if you can add more co-applicants to your loan. So we have up to 5 to 6 co-applicants option available where you can add multiple co-borrowers or co-applicants to the loan. It can be your immediate family members. So this is one of the flexibility which we have. It can be any immediate family members where the relationship can be proved.
Okay. Thank you, Shivam. So there is a one question for both of you. So Swapnil is asking how much should be the minimum income of co-applicant for both Empower and HDFC Credila?
For mine
So
is clear,
again,
right? I don't need a collateral, no co-signer, so that's okay. If has nothing, is also fine.
Thanks, Priyanka.
yeah. So for at HDFC Credit, there is no minimum, income or like that. There is nothing called minimum income. Obviously, it totally depends what liabilities the co-applicant has, right? If the co-applicant is earning, let's suppose, a 25,000 or 30,000 income and has no liabilities as of the day, they are easily eligible for the education loan. So there is no minimum income or minimum benchmarking there. Obviously, it totally depends what liabilities they have. That is why, let's suppose one co-borrower is having significant liabilities, right? So we offer an option of adding multiple co-borrowers. So this is one of the things which we have as an option.
Okay. Thank you, Shivam. So there is a one question from Anish. Whether interest to be serviced during moratorium period? This is the question. So like, can you answer this question,
So
Priyanka?
yes,
Yeah, Shivam.
yeah, sure. So, about the interest rate. So, when you go for a postgraduate program, Anish, we provide a moratorium period. So, it is your course duration, whatever it is. If it's a 1 year course, then 1 year. If it is a 2 year course, then 2 years. So 2 plus 1. So 2 plus 1 means 2 years course and one more year for a moratorium period. If a 1 year course is there, then 1 year plus 1 year, 2 years of moratorium period. Now, in this particular moratorium or a grace period, you have to pay. Yes, interest will be calculated, but you not have to serve the entire interest. You have, flexible repayment options. If you are eligible, if your parents are, you know, able to, then they can obviously serve the interest rate. If you do not want to serve the interest rate, then you have to pay a minimum amount of 5,000 rupees during this moratorium period. So that is obviously manageable by anyone who is going to study abroad. So 5,000 is the minimum amount which you need to pay throughout the moratorium period.
Thank you, Shivam.
And obviously
So,
it is deducted from your interest part.
okay, thank you so much, Shivam. Priyanka, there is a one question from you for you. So, to get Empower loan, should I have offer or can I get it before applying?
See, you can apply, right? But then the sanction letter will only come once you have an admit. Because you understand, I am doing a no co-signer, no collateral loan, and assessing your admit is one part of it. So how would I be able to assess the risk, right? Aligned to give you a sanction, I need it, but for applying, you don't need it. You can just apply, and once the offer letter is there, you just upload it, and you just get your sanction letter very fastly.
Okay, and there is a second question also, like in case if student received the offer letter, but now he want to change the university. So, like
He
how's
can
it
fill a
works?
new
So,
application. He can fill a new application, or he can also, write back to us that, I want to change my university. If in the portal, right, that flexibility is available, your application has not reached to the final stage, we can change it. But if it has reached to the final stage, you might have to reapply with a different application, and that's very easy.
okay. So Priyanka, one of our students, his name is Pratyush. He's asking, since you have a tie-up with a detached bank, is it possible to get an assistant for any German university or college?
So one is we don't have a tie-up. We are the investors, right? And the investors just invest. They don't extend, any of their services to us. We are a US and UK. We are a US and Canada-based lender. We only have limitations to the 400 universities which are listed with us.
So, Jinit, so Empower is not charging anything. So, if you want to change the university, so just you have to start a new application, and we can guide you on that as well. So, like it's a free of cost service, so you don't have to pay anything to us. Just you have to pay the
And just to
processing
give,
fees to the lender.
yeah, and just to actually help you, with more understanding, आप यूएस तक पहुंच जाते हो और आप एम्पावर को कुछ नहीं दे रहे हो. आप सपोर्ट लेटर के लिए कुछ नहीं दे रहे हो, आप प्रोसेसिंग फीस के लिए कुछ नहीं दे रहे हो, आप कोई इंश्योरेंस नहीं ले रहे हो, आप हमें कुछ भी नहीं दे रहे हो टिल द टाइम यू आर नॉट इन यूएस, राइट? यूएस में भी जब आपका फीस मांगा जा रहा है तब भी हम आपसे कोई चार्ज, देयर इज नो करेंसी कन्वर्जन, देयर इज नथिंग इन बिटवीन, बिकॉज वी आर अ यूएस बेस्ड लेंडर. हम डायरेक्टली वो यूनिवर्सिटी के अकाउंट में भेजते हैं. तो जो आपका फीस है, ठीक है, वही फीस जाता है, वही आपके लोन अकाउंट पे चढ़ता है, तो कुछ एडिशनल है ही नहीं.
Okay, thank you, Priyanka. So, Shivam, there is a one question for you. What is the partial interest payment option with Credila?
So, like I told you, there are, for a PG program, if you're going for a postgraduate program, be it any country, right? We are not having any lists of countries or any listed countries or universities with us. We lend across the globe. So you go to whatever university, whatever country, when you go for a postgraduate program, you have similar repayment options. Either you can serve the interest of the moratorium period. So the moratorium period is a grace period. It can be either 2 years or 3 years, depending upon your course tenure. So if it's a 2 year program, so you will have a 3 year moratorium period. So for this 3 years, you can serve the interest part of this 3 year, right? And if you do not wish to do that as well, we have a minimum, like it's a minimum EMI, which is of 5,000 rupees per month, which is deducted from your interest part only. That जो भी आपको interest future में भरना होगा उसमें से वो part कम हो जाएगा basically. So
Okay,
this is the
okay, thank you.
two repayment options during the moratorium period. Post the moratorium period, once the moratorium period ends, your full EMI, which includes your principal amount plus your interest amount, will start.
Okay. Thank you, Shivam. So, Priyanka and Shivam, like I have one question from Khanna and Gaurav. Like, actually, I'm like listening this question from last 2 years or 3 years. Most of the time, students saying this question. So, like, what in case if students planning for a US or any other country, but due to some issues, he's not getting any job, and now he's planning to return India. So, like, loan can be restructured like for a longer period, or he have to pay something during the EMIs. Like, he have to pay something at that time because in case if we took a personal loan or any loan, and if we are not able to pay the EMI, so it will be effect on our CIBIL score as well. So in case if student is not getting a job and is returned to India, so what will be happen to their loan? So there are many, most of the students are asking this question. So
So,
Priyanka, it's over to you.
so
Shivam, yeah.
yeah, Nishant, this is a question which I would like to, answer obviously. But dekho, when you're going to a country like US, right? When you
Mm-hmm.
are studying in any US universities, the chance of you not getting placed are very highly unlikely, right? You can, you might not be able to stay in US for a long time, but you would be having a horizon of countries to fly to. Even if you are coming back to India, when you return from US universities, you have a upper hand where you would easily be able to get a job. So for any worst case scenario, you are not able to get a job, you need to inform us, right? Obviously we will try to, there is nothing in place that can loan can be restructured or something. But if there is a genuine reason, genuine possibility, if there there is a global crisis or global challenge which is there, obviously would be helping you out. We'll not be leaving you and will not be harassing you for repayments. Obviously we'll try to help you as much as we can.
Okay. Thanks, Shivam. So Shivam, is there any moratorium period for the UG student? Like, what is the moratorium period for the UG students?
So UG student, again, UG, for UG cases, it depends on case to case basis. That the better the student profile, the parents profile, income profile is, the high chances of you getting an unsecured UG loan. Because again, why? Because unsecured loans for UG loans are of high amount and high tenure. So that is why their unsecured loans are, we provide less number of unsecured loans. Again, this totally depends on the eligibility of the student.
Okay.
Just
Thank
to
you.
add to the previous question here, Nishant, I actually want to help Gaurav with more clarity, right? One, when
Sure.
you say that you will not get the loan, I am just talking about empowered here, right? I totally agree what Shivam said, right? He actually added a lot of different dimensions to the answer. And one dimension which I want to add on the behalf of Empower, we totally trust the kind of student we are actually assessing and providing loan. And on the top of it, right, I'm also helping you with everything possible to get the right kind of job, internship support. We are providing you, customized content where you can actually prepare. We are putting you
Mhm.
to, certain trainings, networking where you find, students like you in the domain you are in, right? तो आपको इतना सारा सपोर्ट, इतना सारा कंटेंट आपका रिज्यूमे भी बना के दे रहे हैं, ठीक है? अगर इतना सब कुछ करके दे रहे हैं and you say that you are still not getting the job, then I think we need to work around with our perspective to actually go abroad for studies, because this is the minimum confidence we understand that if everything goes fine, we should be getting job for sure. The other part is when he said, Shivam have already covered कि अगर कुछ बहुत genuine, unforeseen crisis रहता है, and because of which we need to see it right in this way, then obviously, right, things would be taken care of. And there are always servicing team who come up with solution to help genuine crisis this way.
Okay, thank you, Priyanka. And Kishan, yes, UTD is listed in Empower. So if you want to start the application, I already texted my email ID and contact number, so you can reach me out directly. So we can help you for the UTD like application. And yes, uh, over to you, students. If you have any doubts or any other queries, so you can like drop me a text on a chat, so we can guide you. So it's over to you now, students. If you have any questions, you can ask me. You can ask us. So, everyone, like I shared my email ID and my contact number on the chat. So, in case if you have any doubts or you are not like, uh, feel free to reach, like ask this question on a chat, or you can like directly ask to me. Just call on my number. It's 9717939065. And on that chat, there is my email ID also, nishan.gala@maniagroup.com. Feel free to reach me out anytime, any day without any hesitation. We are here to help you, to guide you for your education loans. So thank you so much, Priyanka, for your time, and thank you so much, Shivam, for your time. So all the best, students, for your futures. And if you have any doubts, you can reach out us. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Nishant.
everyone. Thanks, Nishan.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Shivam.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Priyanka.